Hi, welcome to Glass Break. I'm Walter Lieberman. I'm an MC at the Museum of Glass in Tacoma, Washington, and I'm going to be explaining the glass blowing techniques in today's video. Today we're going to see the making of a large plate designed by our visiting artist Mathieu Grodet. The plate will be executed by our Museum of Glass Hot Shop team, Gabe Feenan, Courtney Branham, Sarah Gilbert, and Nick Davis. Mr. Grodet is a French artist currently living and working in Canada. He's well known for his goblets and his excellent drawing and painting skills. The making of the plate will include several very sophisticated techniques: picking up cane, creating a wigwag design, stuffing a color cup, and encalmo. Picking up cane is the rolling up of a pattern of colored glass rods to make a striped bubble. Wigwag is taking that striped bubble and twisting it in opposite directions to make a wavy design much favored by today's pipe makers. Stuffing a color cup is layering colors and patterns by blowing one bubble inside another. Encalmo is joining two hollow bubbles of different colors or designs at their open ends to form one two-tone bubble. Now we get started. Gabe is rolling up the cane on a collar. That little glass disc around the end of his pipe is called a collar. We've made a little pad of clear glass called a cookie, and we're going to use it to close up our striped bubble. Gabe takes our striped bubble and squeezes it and elongates it. Now he's going to heat up a specific section with the torch and then twist the bubble, and only the hot soft section will twist. We'll repeat that process several times till we have the back and forth wigwag design. Now we're making a second bubble, and this is going to become the color cup. We'll blow our stripe bubble inside this bubble, and the color of this bubble will act as a background for our striped wigwag design. Courtney, the man with the beard, is putting the finishing touches on our color cup. We're going to take the color cup off the metal rod, place it in a little metal stand, and then Gabe's going to come over with our wigwag bubble and stuff it inside. Gabe is coating of the wigwag bubble with a fresh layer of hot molten glass. He drips a little excess off into that steel can. He's placing the pipe in the pipe cooler to cool it off by spraying water on it. Sarah places the color cup in the metal stand, and Gabe comes over and stuffs it. Now the two bubbles are joined with the pattern on the inside and the solid color on the outside, which will eventually become the background color behind the pattern. We're heating and softening the edge of the color cup so we can tuck it in against that metal table. The metal table is called the Marver, M-A-R-V-E-R. Trim a little excess off that color cup. Transfer to a second steel rod called the punty. A little water on the narrow part. We'll crack it. Give it a tap. Off it comes. So this second bubble will become the outer rim of our plate. We'll trim it so we have a nice clean edge. When glass is hot, you can actually cut it with the scissors. When we join two bubbles of different colors or patterns, we call it incalmo, I-N-C-A-L-M-O. It's an Italian word and it means to graft, like grafting in horticulture. Incalmo is a tricky maneuver. You have one shot to get it right. Once the two bubbles touch, they're joined forever. You're smoothing out the seam with a wet newspaper. Now we have our single two-tone bubble. And this bubble will become our large plate. Now we're ready to blow the bubble up to its full size and shape. This kind of flattened disc shape that we're creating will enable us to spin it out into a flat plate. When we blow a bubble like this and spin it out, it's referred to as a rondelle. Gabe is checking the shape. This is a tricky maneuver. Gabe holds it up in the air to make a flatter, wider shape. This is very critical. It's not easy to get the plate form to be completely flat. Once again, we're going to transfer the glass to another steel rod called the punty. This will hold it from the bottom while we shape the top. Give it a little squeeze with the jacks. Drip a little water on the notch we've made. And then a tap, and off it comes. Little by little, we'll widen the opening. Now we're getting ready to spin out the plate. We're going to get it very hot and soft, and then spin it rapidly, and centrifugal force will spread the edges of the plate out until we get a flat sheet. This is probably one of the more dramatic moves in glass blowing. I'm going to use the wooden paddles to make sure it's nice and flat. Maybe give it a little slight dish. Making these spun out plates was the way that they used to make windows back in the Middle Ages. They would make a big circular disc like you see here, and then they would cut that up into small squares, and those small squares would become the panes in your windows. Okay, this is just about done. We're ready to take it off the punty and place it in the annealing oven where it will be cooled slowly overnight. Sarah, in the green jacket, has put on some Kevlar gloves. When she grabs that plate, it'll probably be about 1,000 degrees. At that temperature, the glass will be hard. It will no longer change shape. And she'll carry it to the annealing oven where it will be cooled slowly overnight to prevent it from breaking.